number 1 seed right now is none other than Woody Kincaid, that 12:58. Lamong has a 12:58. Fisher, 13:02. Chalimo, 13:04. Bohr, 13:04. McGordy's also entered, 13:06. Klecker, 13:06. Ben True, Eric Jenkins, and Cooper Tier. Other notable names, Kira Villarasa, Ryan Hill, and Cole Hawker. How are you breaking this one down, Gordon? How are you thinking about this men's 5,000?
So I think there are 2 locks, and I think the locks are Chalimo and Fisher. I think Fisher's going to win. I think he is running the best that he's ever had in his career. He's consistent. He's always winning the races he's in. He's always closing well. He has some quick 1500s under his belt. And Chalimo's the vet. He's going to find a way to make the team. But I want to say this. All season long, I have been on the Luis Grijalva train, right? I've been hyping him in the NCAA that he is better than Cole Hawker, that he's better than Cooper Tier and all these guys. He beats them in the smaller meets. And I just looked at Grijalva as like he's the next great thing coming out of the NCAA collegiate distance running. And then he got beat at NCAAs. And he got beat by a guy named Cooper Tier. And Cooper Tier just straight up beat him. It wasn't like a fluke race. He straight up beat the guy who I thought was the best. And he beat him so well that I think that Cooper Tier could get 3rd in the Olympic trials. He's run a 350 mile. Like, we look here, Cooper Tier has just been overlooked because he's getting overlooked because of Cole Hawker, what he did with his double indoors. Got overlooked by me because I'm always thinking like, oh, it's going to be Grijalva when all is said and done. But like, you look at his resume, he's run a 350 mile. He's run a fast 1500s where he almost beat Yared Naguse, who we think can make a team. And then he closes well on a 13:12 pace. You're not going to need to run 13:05 to win to make top 3 in the 5K. It's going to be a kicker's race. And he has shown that he can kick. How many guys in this field are 350 milers? Like, is Emmanuel Bohr a 350 miler? Is Woody Kincaid a 350 miler? Is Joe Klecker a 350 miler? Ben True, Eric Jenkins? I don't think so. I think Tier can make the team, and I'm picking him to make the team. I'm picking, my order is Fisher 1, Chalimo 2, and Cooper Tier 3. And that's that. Lamong and Kincaid are the wild cards, but they didn't look crazy that good in that Portland Track Festival meet they ran in, where they ran in 2 separate heats. Like, they haven't really done much. I know you got to ignore those 12:58 seed times because they were done in the woods that no one cared about. Throw that out. I think Tier's running at the top of his game. He's on his home track. Cooper Tier makes the team. Go. Your thoughts.
Okay. My thoughts are this. I think Fisher's going to make it in the 10. I don't know if he'll come back and run this event. I think there's a really good chance that Lamong and Kincaid could also make it in the 10. I'm just not going to pick against Chalimo at this point in his career. Run a couple good 5Ks indoor. They were solid. Does he have the 350 mile under his belt? No. But this is 5,000. And I think Chalimo's had enough experience to where he can get it done. And I like Bohr. I mean, I know you kind of passed over him there, but he beat Chalimo. I think they're going to work together. I think this is one of those situations where we're actually going to probably see some sort of team tactics, even though it's rare. And I think those guys are going to work it together and grind down the pace and make sure this is a real honest effort. And then for that third spot, I will pick someone, the Bowerman person who doesn't who looks good in the 10K but comes back for the 10K. It's a placeholder. I'll just say Fisher. I will say Fisher for the sake of argument here. So I think it's going to be, Chalimo, Bohr, and Fisher are going to make the team. It's going to be an all-timer, though. I obviously think Cooper Tier has a chance. If Cole Hawker ends up running it, I think Cole Hawker has a chance as well. You cannot discount the closing speed as well, too. But I think there's just going to be enough of a wind-up to this race that's going to take it out of their legs. So we could see something real fast. We could see something sub-13 for a championship race, that is. We could see something sub-13:10 here. So
you're not that shocked that I think Tier can make the team? If I said that in December of 2020, you'd be like, you're crazy. You're
Right.
just an Oregon stan right now. Like, come on, man. Cooper Tier ain't making no Olympic team. But like, I'm now there. I'm there that I think he can make the Olympic team.
It's a shame Lincoln's not here because Lincoln discussing Grant Fisher and Cooper Tier, his head would have exploded because he'd been talking about them for like since they were born. It would have been a much bolder pick. Yes, you're right. Beginning of 2020, heck, even beginning of 2021. But you're talking about a guy who on the year has run the fourth fastest time in the U.S. and has 350 miler speed, and we just saw him close sub 55. You have all the ingredients there to make a team. Like it's all there. It's all there. There isn't any weakness in his game. The only issue is, he's going up against a very stout field to make this squad. Women's 5,000. I think this one is a little more straightforward. Go ahead.
One last thing. It kind of reminds me of Jenkins in 2016. Jenkins, I think it was 1 year out of college or just out of college, and he got fourth in the Olympic 5K. Mm-hmm. Kind of reminds me of like that realm of the young kid Tier. So, anyway, I'm hoping I'm right on this pick, the Tier. I'm very happy I've come to accept that I think Tier is going to be an Olympian in 2021. All right, women's 5K. So when I did the rankings, I had to include Purier in the rankings, even though she's not going to run it because she'll make the 1,500. I'm going Schweizer for the win. I think Rachel Schneider gets second, and I think Josette Norris gets third. I think this event just got crazy different because if you take out Cranny, Purier, and Shelby, it all of a sudden it just becomes wide open. And Jenny Simpson's not the same Jenny Simpson. So
Robert scratched as well. True, yeah. And I think Sisson is still entered in this, so I don't think we can entirely, count her out. Although I think most people think the better chance for her is in the 10,000. Yeah, this just changed over the last couple of weeks dramatically. Well, starting with the decision to put it at the same time as the 1,500, totally changed this. Totally changed this equation. So this is why I was confused about Cranny. Because I could slot her into third here pretty easy.
Wait, Sisson's in it?
Isn't she? She's on my list.
She's scratched.
She scratched the 5?
Yeah.
Let me check.
Oh, wow. Wait, if she's back in it, that'll be hilarious. I think she's scratched. Yeah, she's not entered. Sisson's not in the 5K. Come on.
Sisson's not entered in the 5K?
No.
Wow. Okay. See, for a second there you got nervous because you thought, man, you did your rankings at 4 a.m. and you might have missed it.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Sisson scratch.
Okay, so Sisson scratched it. She's going all in on the 10, which we'll talk about next. But I would have put Cranny in the 2-3 spot here. Easy.
Yeah.
With her 10K ability and her 1,500 meter ability, I think it just was a natural fit for her to run really well and could just work with Schweizer and get on this team. But if you're saying you don't think she's going to be there, if you're saying she's got to run the 15, just based on the order, I don't see any, like your order makes plenty of sense. I mean, Ali Bachowski has run, sub 15, but I'd be more inclined to pick Norris for it. So yeah, Schweizer, Schneider, Norris. And if Cranny's there, I think Cranny, for whatever reason, I think she's going to make the team, and I would move Norris down.
Yeah, I think maybe Jerry's thinking with Schweizer and Cranny, it's like, hey, let's split them up in the 15 and the 5 so they have a better chance of making a team, and then they both can come back in the 10K as their backup. Like it's better for them to kind of get one of 3 instead of trying to get 2 of 3.